Hi, we're here today with Dave High. He's going to talk about NetBackup and OpsCenter integration.
Thank you, Jason. So what I'd like to talk about today is how OpsCenter communicates with NetBackup, or actually how NetBackup communicates with OpsCenter. So if you're familiar with NetBackup itself, the clients back up and they talk to a media server. Media server sends the information to storage. Doesn't matter if it's disk, tape, dedupe, makes no difference. Information is also sent to the master server, and that stores some of the information in the catalog, but there's also quite a bit of information in our log files. So the catalog's the important information. That's kind of what tells us what backed up, who backed up, when it backed up, and the information that was backed up. Information in the log files is more troubleshooting. It gives us information about how long backups took and that sort of thing. The master server will then communicate with the OpsCenter master across using NBSL. That does use PBX, which is port 1556. So this is important to note because if the OpsCenter master is on the other side of a firewall from your master server, you are going to need to have a hole in your firewall for 1556. This is a secure connection. Once the information goes to the OpsCenter master, we're going to store that in the SQL database, and that's what gives us the ability to pull reports either using canned reports or custom reporting.
Okay, great, Dave. So that's wonderful information. So maybe you might be thinking as a customer, why is the NetBackup catalog and the SQL database, are they not the same size?
Yeah, that's a really good question, Jason. So the first point is not all of the information that is stored in the catalog and the log files gets pulled into the SQL database. Only parts of the information from the backup process get pulled in there. For example, the largest piece of the NetBackup catalog is information about the files that were backed up. We don't store that information in the SQL database, so it's not going to get that large. The second reason is because of something that we call Purge settings on the SQL database. This is a separate setting from anything that has to do with the NetBackup master, and the Purge setting itself will tell the SQL database how long to retain the data. Now this is a good thing because a lot of times information in the catalog beyond the information about what was backed up is going to expire after a number of months. Otherwise that catalog is going to get huge. Whereas it stays in the SQL database as long as you tell it to. So this is a security thing. If somebody goes in and makes a change to the NetBackup master, and it's perhaps a change that you didn't want made, you're able to go and look at the SQL database using reports and go back farther in time than you could from the NetBackup catalog. And the final thing to note here is that we do need to have a client web browser, or a client using Mozilla, Internet Explorer, whatever. We need to be able to interact with the OpsCenter master, and that's how we communicate and pull information, pull reports from OpsCenter.
So Dave, that's wonderful information, so customers can really benefit from NetBackup and OpsCenter integration.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.